Yeah, so we started on a programme of transformation about 5 years ago. We wanted our audiences to be more diverse and inclusive. We wanted our audience to be more representative of the diversity that we see in the communities round about us. And we saw a number of barriers to creating that diversity, barriers which were preventing people from engaging with the Science Centre. Some of them were physical, so we try to create new, more welcoming spaces where community groups can come in and engage with our science communicators. And some of them were perceived and maybe some communities out there didn't have the confidence to engage with us, or felt that science and the Science Centre wasn't something that was relevant to them. So we've extended the size of our community teams. We have spent a lot of time going out and developing relationships within their communities and trying to find relevance and meaning within their communities, and then creating programmes round about that in order then to bring them into the Science Centre and create that safe place for them where we can help them understand some of the challenges that we're all trying to address right now.
Well, I mean, for a number of years we've been running engagement workshops called Let's Talk About. So we have workshops around weather, climate and climate change. We have workshops around food and energy and environment and tourism. So we run a variety of workshops to engage people around discussions, look at language that's involved in different topics. Obviously, well, just now we're running COP26 workshops to give people a bit of background and history to why these conferences are happening and what impact that might have locally and globally.
As a service provider and a visitor attraction, we do feel that responsibility, not just to provide science learning opportunities, but to provide opportunities for people to really make a difference in their life, to bring in that learning for sustainability side of things, and to give them opportunities to advocate for change or to make impactful change in local communities.
Sustainability is probably the biggest issue that the world is facing right now. No area, no country, no community is going to be immune from it. So we felt we had a deep responsibility to work with our communities, to educate those individuals within the communities in order to empower them to take individual action, but also community action to do what they can to create more sustainable communities, which then lead to a more sustainable world.
For me, the key thing is engaging our communities with topics in a way that it's relevant to them and their communities.
A lot of our focus has been on climate activism courses. We've currently got an Earth Allies course running, which is a 12-week activism-based course, and it's about upskilling communities as well, not just providing them information on what is climate change and how does it impact you, but what can you actually do to make a difference.
Learning for sustainability for me is about looking at how we can use the resources that we have in a way that doesn't impact on future generations' use of that of these resources. But I think it's looking at climate justice and it's looking at environmental justice as well. There are a lot of inequalities, and I think we look at poverty in terms of how people are adversely impacted or unequally impacted, and how people can sort of raise their voices for that to be heard and for changes to be made and for a more equitable response to looking after our planet and sharing resources.
I mean, a lot of the feedback we get is quite anecdotal. We'll see a lot on social media of people saying, did this at the Science Centre, and then, we went home and we did this. Our Spark magazine, for example, the last issue focused on climate change. We were encouraging people to build little terrariums and learn more about their environment. We had loads of great feedback from people doing that. We get a lot of feedback from people saying that they've learned an awful lot and now they're aware of more things that they can do at home to be more sustainable. And the groups that we work with are always keen to come back again and again and keep involved.
I think it's important for each and every one of us to learn how to live more sustainably, to protect the scarce resources that we have on our planet for future generations.
the biggest thing we can do is just start moving forward. We need to start, you know, encouraging people to do things and to do things now. And yeah, get the communities involved, because where we equip communities with the knowledge and the resources, they start doing incredible things. And
this conference is just one of many, and you know, like, democracy is not easy to you know, make changes, but I would say that we need to work as a whole, because this is it's a global issue and it's a common good, our climate, and it needs to be looked after responsibly by all of us.
I think what COP will do is it will raise awareness, it will raise interest, and once we've captured that interest, it's important to capitalise on that by continuing to deliver engagement programmes and learning, so that the momentum that COP has built isn't wasted.